Kool-Aid or Hawaiian Punch?
If it's red and if it's made good and not watered down, Kool-Aid, of course.
Can you make Kool-Aid?
Of course. What can't I make?
Properly, like how much sugar you put in there?
A lot. The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll be missing my grandma.
Do you ever wonder how a music superstar juggles fame, success, and the constant threat of controversy? Today we're exploring the legal storm surrounding none other than Nicki Minaj, an artist who has ruled hip-hop for over a decade, yet often finds herself at the center of the media's microscope. In this video, we're diving into a backstage incident that's shaking up headlines. So buckle up and stay with me because this story is about to take some unexpected turns. We all know Nicki Minaj is a powerhouse. Her rapid-fire verses dominate radio waves, and her charisma lights up social media. Whether she's on stage, gracing the cover of a magazine, or engaging her fans online, Nicki's presence is larger than life. But even larger-than-life stars can be drawn into legal battles that threaten to overshadow their music. Today, that's exactly what's happening, and we're going to follow every twist and turn. From the moment Nicki Minaj burst onto the scene, she's refused to be boxed in. Her tracks top the charts, and her bold fashion statements spark endless debates. She's collaborated with some of the biggest names in the industry, shaping the modern hip-hop sound. Despite her unparalleled success, Nicki has navigated more than just sold-out arenas. She's also dealt with plenty of public disagreements.
What is the best advice that you could give someone?
Stay true to yourself. You have to just keep doing you. Don't stop to look around at what everyone else is doing. Be your true, authentic self, and it shines through. People notice it.
From heated social media feuds to face-offs with fellow artists. Why has she remained so captivating? Part of it is her undeniable talent. Part of it is the colorful and unfiltered personality she projects. Fans can't get enough of her striking visuals, energetic performances, and sharp lyrics. Haters and critics, on the other hand, are never short of opinions about her. Yet for all the chatter, Nicki has kept forging forward. Now, however, the storm around her isn't about rap rivalries. It's about a lawsuit, an alleged slap, and a potential criminal charge. A man named Garrett has stepped into the spotlight, claiming that he once served as Nicki's manager. We don't know the full scope of his managerial duties, whether he booked shows, negotiated contracts, or merely handled day-to-day errands. But in his lawsuit, he insists he was part of her inner circle. According to Garrett, trouble brewed backstage in Detroit this past April 2024. Picture this scenario. Nicki had just finished a live performance. Back in her dressing room, emotions might have been running high. Adrenaline from the show, exhaustion from travel, all that behind-the-scenes chaos. Garrett says he was called in, and Nicki confronted him about a prescription. Specifically, she was furious that he'd let someone else handle picking it up rather than taking care of it himself. The lawsuit alleges that this minor logistical issue set off a chain of events no one could have predicted.
Don't think they won't, they do.
That was incredible. I think that answer deserves a gold medal.
Oh my God, thank you. Well, I want to say thank you to the Barbs. This gold medal means so much to me, guys. Wow, I'm an Olympian.
Garrett claims Nicki threatened him, saying his life was finished, before striking him in the face with an open palm. He also alleges she slapped his wrist so hard that he dropped important documents he was holding. These actions, he says, amount to both SA, placing him in apprehension of harmful contact, and battery, actual physical contact. He further accuses her of intentional infliction of emotional distress, arguing that her words and actions crossed a line. We often see lawsuits pop up against celebrities, but in this case, Detroit police have already sent a warrant request to the Wayne County Prosecutor's office. That means the officers gathered enough information to at least bring the matter to the attention of prosecutors. The big question now is, will Nicki Minaj be charged with a crime? For criminal charges to stick, the prosecutor must decide there is probable cause that Nicki committed an offense. If they think Garrett's story is consistent and supported by evidence, maybe witness statements, security footage, or medical reports, they could move forward. That would throw Nicki into a serious legal challenge beyond just a civil suit. Conversely, if the evidence seems weak or contradictory, the case might not proceed criminally. But even if the prosecutor takes a pass, Garrett's civil suit can still go forward in court. In the legal world, civil lawsuits and criminal prosecutions are like two separate rivers that sometimes overlap. Garrett wants compensation for harm he believes he endured.
Have you eaten today?
Why every time I could say like, oh my God, my nail broke, and you'd say, have you eaten today? This is crazy. I just had an acai bowl. Strawberries are really bad right now. Are they out of season?
I don't know.
Both physical and emotional. The criminal side, however, is all about whether Nicki broke the law and should be punished by the state. As you can imagine, celebrities face intense scrutiny in these situations. Every detail can become tabloid gold, fueling endless speculation on social media and beyond. That's why a person's status as a public figure doesn't automatically determine how prosecutors handle a case. They're bound by the evidence. If there's enough to proceed, the superstar label won't shield a defendant from facing charges. On the flip side, if the allegations don't measure up to the standard of probable cause, a big name alone won't guarantee a criminal trial. Nicki's brand has always been bold, fearless, and unapologetically outspoken. Her fans, often called the Barbs, stand by her through thick and thin, defending her on social media and elevating her music to the top of the charts. However, an alleged physical altercation is far more serious than any Twitter feud. If the prosecutor presses charges, or if she's found liable in a civil suit, that could cast a darker shadow on her persona. There's also a real possibility that these allegations might limit her ability to travel. If criminal charges are brought, Nicki could face restrictions on international tours or even scheduling chaos if she's required to appear in court. And from a branding perspective, even unproven allegations can linger in the public consciousness.
Oh, hell to the no. We are getting on this carpet. I hate gloves. I feel like they increase anxiety. I haven't texted with Donatella in a while, but she's always a lot of fun to hang out with. No. O-M-G. Poofy.
One moment, you're known for your iconic verses and stage presence. The next, you're fielding reporters' questions about a backstage incident in Detroit. Let's consider the unknowns for a moment. Brandon Garrett hasn't shared much proof that he was indeed Nicki's manager. If this goes to trial, the extent of his role could be a major factor. Did he really have the authority he claims, or was he more of a general assistant? Were there contracts, salary records, emails detailing his responsibilities? And what about other witnesses? Nicki rarely travels alone. There are security teams, production staff, and possibly other friends or colleagues in her inner circle. Did anyone see or hear what happened backstage? Are there camera recordings that captured the alleged slap? These pieces of evidence could either confirm Garrett's narrative or unravel it. With so many unanswered questions, curiosity about what really transpired is mounting. As it stands, there's a range of outcomes. The Wayne County Prosecutor could decline charges, leaving Garrett to pursue only the civil lawsuit. Or prosecutors might go ahead, leveling charges that set the stage for a headline-grabbing courtroom showdown. In civil court, even if the criminal side fizzles, Nicki could still face a judgment or be driven to settle out of court. That route sometimes happens to avoid protracted legal battles and media scrutiny.
The hair is no. Honey child, listen. Wearing Oscar de la Renta. The face is given to this bellissima.
If the parties choose to settle, it could involve financial compensation and perhaps non-disclosure agreements. Nicki might also publicly refute the claims, calling them baseless and opportunistic. On the flip side, if the evidence supports Garrett's allegations, Nicki could face stiff consequences that range from reputational damage to legal penalties. Because celebrity cases often take dramatic, unexpected turns, fans and critics alike will be on high alert for new developments. The story of Nicki Minaj and Brandon Garrett is far from over. Right now, it's a narrative packed with big questions. Will prosecutors bring criminal charges? Will Garrett's civil lawsuit prevail? And how will Nicki's career weather the storm if this escalates? No one outside the investigation has all the answers, which makes it a tense waiting game. But one thing is certain. Nicki Minaj is a major force in hip-hop, and any legal battle she faces will send ripples through the music world and her fiercely loyal fan community. As we stand at the edge of these unresolved issues, The tension is palpable. So, I want to know, what do you think really happened backstage in Detroit? Could this lawsuit be a true reflection of events? Or is it just another attempt to grab a slice of Nicki's fame? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories shaping the music industry. And if you're still itching for more insider scoops, check out our next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep questioning the headlines and stay curious.